Hey everyone, if this is your first talk with us, then welcome to the Product Marketing Festival. And for those of you that have already been tuning in, welcome back. We hope you will or have been enjoying what's going on, and we just want to take the opportunity to say thanks to all the sponsors and partners. And if you're not already signed up, don't forget to check out the Slack channel for lots more product marketing resources and discussion. Enjoy the talk.
Monday.com is the project management platform my team and I use to keep our work moving forward, anywhere, anytime. Monday.com gives us a clear picture of who's working on what and where it all stands. And when we mark something done, there's a sense of real progress. Plus, we can share files and keep each other updated, all in one place. So, if you want to get more done with your team, go to Monday.com and start your free trial today.
Hi everyone. My name is Karim Zuri and I'm Head of Product Marketing and Research at Safety Culture. I'm also the Asia Pacific Ambassador of Product Marketing Alliance. I'm based in Sydney. Thanks for joining the festival and this session in particular. I'm very excited to share with you a lot of what I understand is important about the voice of customer. And by the end of the session, hoping to share with you 6 frameworks around how to be the voice of customer of your business, how to collect, consolidate, share and action actually the voice of customer. So let's get started. I'm going to start actually with something that I find very interesting, which is the definition of product marketing. Obviously, we all know that there's no one definition, but what I find very, very surprising is that all of these definitions don't have the customer at the center of the product marketing role, which I believe should be the role of product marketers. The customer is what drives us, what helps us understand the market, what helps us understand what do they need in terms of solution, but also how to message our offer to them. So for me, the customer is the most important part of the product marketing role. And when we think about it, there is really a gap in how we define a customer across our companies. And what I mean by this is that if you look at a customer from acquisition perspective, the marketing team would look at how do I acquire this customer? How do I attract them online? What do they need at this acquisition step of the journey? What do they need in terms of content to come to my product? When you look at sales, they look at what do I need to close the deal? What is the customer asking me for if I want to sign that much of a big deal with a customer? The account managers or the customer success team are having a daily relationship with them, and they hear a lot of complaints, a lot of feedback about the product. The customer support are helping them with troubleshooting. They are helping them with specific questions to the product. So everyone is looking at them from a very different perspective. The product managers are looking at what do they need from this feature in particular. And this creates a huge gap in any business that only the product marketers can actually fill. And that's why I believe that the customer should be at the heart of the definition of a product marketer. So a customer is a user, is a buyer, is a decision maker, is an influencer, is an unhappy customer, is a happy customer. All of them together make the insights of who is your customer and who is the best actually customer that you want to service. And to do that, you need to work on the voice of customer and own this voice of customer and make this actually the universal language across your team and product marketing, but also across the business overall. I'm going to share with you these 6 frameworks to get there and become this voice of customer. But I want it actually to be very clear on how does this work? Because every company would have a very different business model, different stage of maturity, different complexity around how many customers you have. Do you focus on several only that are big customers, or do you have a wide range of customers? Do you have a sweet spot, et cetera, et cetera? So to give you more context on why I did what I did so far, I'm going to share with you a bit about the safety culture business and who is our customer. One of the first things that I get when I speak about that is, but how do I do all the things that I need to do and keep the customer in mind? And that's a very valid reason, but you will see by the end of the presentation that what I will be sharing with you will help you actually structure the work that you're doing on all the areas that product marketer own in a company, from messaging, from competitive analysis, from feedback, from go-to-market, from adoption, etc., etc. So Safety Culture is a mobile-first safety, quality, and operation inspection platform used by hundreds of thousands of users globally. And we have actually three big products in the market. We have iAuditor, which is our flagship product, where our customers can do inspections and incident reporting. We have an area of IoT. It's a product around sensors to remote monitor some environmental conditions around your business. And we have also a product that has been in the market for a year called TeamTrain. It's to help companies help their workers actually do micro-learning. So our customer is across several industries. We deliver this product to manufacturing, to construction, to mining, to retail, hospitality, facility management companies. And the aim of this platform is to help the workers on the front line do the check that they need to do to enable a safety culture, to get them actually to work in a safe workplace, but also ensure that the product that they are delivering to their customers is high quality and the operations around every business is as smooth as possible. We have today around 27,000 organizations across all the industries I mentioned, and also 100 million registered users across 82 countries. So the way they think, the way they work, the way they need to do inspections and incident reporting is very different. And we have around 600 million checks per year going into the iAuditor, our flagship product. And why am I sharing this with you is because given these numbers, we have a very wide range of customers, very different size of companies, very different industries, but also a lot of data that I can absorb, I can actually analyze and understand how to act on it from marketing perspective, from product perspective, from customer success and support perspective as well. And this helps me actually get the voice of customer in a very quantitative as well as qualitative way. So I identified for our company 4 steps where I can actually capture the voice of customer in the most effective way, read between the lines and identify what that customer really wants and needs, and then estimate all this customer impact, the business value, the complexities, and how do I put the sequence of things around what should be working on first and what's next. And also identified a framework where we can commit to the customer and let them know how we're doing, and what we're doing about what they are asking. So Safety Culture is a very customer obsessed company, and we think customer in everything we do. And this is why I believe that the success of this Voice of Customer initiative was actually possible because of this customer obsessed culture that we have. And I believe that every company anyway needs to be focused as much as we are on the customer and really put them at the center through the product marketing role. And this is where you start seeing a very high NPS score. This is where you see lower churn, high retention, and high engagement with your offer. So the 6 frameworks are around these 4 areas, as I said, starting with collecting the data, then consolidating it, to identifying between the lines what the customer need, estimating the customer impact, getting a buy-in from the people that will need to do actions on what you have found in terms of insights, and then the commitment with the customer and letting them know that we are doing something about it. So let's start with asking the right questions at the right time. The feedback that comes from customers is coming from very different channels and at different times of their journey. And this is where I started mapping what we can consider as customer feedback to be afterwards analyzing and finding the customer insights. So from quantitative perspective, you see here, I added the App Store reviews, anything about website page traffic and conversion, premium trial reasons. If you have, just like what we have at Safety Culture, a trial version of your product, but also a freemium version of your product, you can ask them why they are willing to upgrade to the premium and try this version of it. You can look at the NPS, Net Promoter Score rating. You can look at if you have decided to show your customer roadmap publicly, what are the customers voting on, can help you as well with customer feedback. Obviously, you get everything from support and go-to-market teams. I was able to quantify this by putting this into a form. So every support person in the team or every customer success manager needs to submit the feedback of their customers through a form. So we can get actually a quantitative view of what the customer is asking for. We have also the support center data. If you have a place where you are helping your customers with questions, troubleshooting, you can also monitor this area and understand where the customer is struggling. You can look at cancellation reasons. This is extremely important to understand why the customer left you and who did they leave to. Any surveys at any time that you are running through research projects. And also something that I found very, very relevant and very helpful for customer feedback is what I call customer live polls. We have a lot of webinars with our customers with sometimes up to 1,000 people registering. And we do live polls to understand what they think about a specific area of the product, what they think about a specific topic that we are investing and investigating. Qualitative feedback is extremely important as well. So we look at the App Store reviews. Why did they abandon the product in the 7 first days? We look at the NPS comments. We look at everything coming from our customer success managers and the account executives, so the salespeople. We also look at support conversations, any feedback that is coming through support teams, the marketing analysis that are running around the website, around any acquisition channel. We look at everything we capture from research project as well. And we have obviously customer interviews all the time, focus groups all the time, to make sure that we are listening to the customer as much as possible and understanding their needs and the job to be done. And this area that I just mentioned, job to be done and customer needs, is extremely important because the customer insights come from the merge of all these things together, but also reading between the line of what the customer asked for when they came back to us complaining about something or suggesting a new area for the product. So the customer job to be done is extremely important. And this is where you start looking at the customer needs instead of what the feature, what do they need from feature perspective. What I do usually is quantify the customer feedback and share it with the product managers in a data visual way and try to show them what is important, what is underserved, what is something that the customer is satisfied with, and what is something that we really need to focus on and start building better, or at least improve the experience of what we have. So not the feature, this is not how you can win the customer voice. It's more looking at the customer job to be done and the unmet needs. Once you have a very clear idea of what the customer needs, you go to the product managers, you go to the marketing team, you go to the customer success managers, and try to get their buy-in. Try to get them involved in the thinking you are actually driving to understand the customer, and also try to say, is this actually something that we have already planned in the past? Have we thought about it before? Or is it actually something that we intentionally don't want to do because it could hit our business? Is this issue related to a broader problem that we are trying to solve? And also, is there any dependency today that doesn't allow us to do it anytime soon? So go to the teams, help them understand what you have found, but also get their buy-in and get their thoughts about your process of finding these insights. Once you get everyone involved and understanding what you're looking for, you have to assess the complexity and quantify the impact. If you believe in something and if you believe that's what the customer wants, build the business case. Is there, as I said, a dependency that is blocking us from taking action today? Who can take this action? If we build this solution, how big the impact will be? Is it something that will help us improve churn? Will it improve the expansion perspective, or even the retention or the reach? You have to identify what is this feedback helping us with, and how can we build the best solution for the growth of the business as well as the customer experience. Is it something that is aligned with your sweet spot of customers, the ideal customer profile that you want to service? And obviously, I put some frameworks here, but I think this is one of the most important ones, which is desirability, viability, and feasibility. Start always with the customer, and then find out what the solution should look like with overlapping of these three areas together. One of the things that I try always to do as well is visualizing the impact that this could have, but also try to prioritize some areas of the feedback against others based on the complexity and the strategic importance. So this is just a bubble chart where you can try to score the feedback that is coming through based on the frequency of how many times it's coming, based on the reach, how many customers will be benefiting from this solution if we build it. And also based on the information that you can capture from product management and engineering, how complex is that and how dependent it is on other areas that we haven't built in the product. Build the business case, quantify the impact, and share it with everyone else in the business. And when you want to share it, you have to really be clear on who is involved, who is impacted in the teams, and what can we do about it. So always try to focus on the solution and focus on the action that needs to be taken and the recommendation that you are delivering, and make it part of the business and how actually your business looks at it. One of the things that is very important for our company is to look at it from a funnel perspective, from acquisition to activation and conversion to engagement and retention and then churn. So I try to map all the feedback that I mentioned before that I'm collecting from different sources along with this funnel, and go to different teams about the areas that we have to improve. So if it's acquisition, it's obviously messaging problems. It's obviously a channel problem. So I go to the marketing team. If I'm looking at activation and conversion, this is really something that I need to look at from marketing, but also for product marketing, because it could be something related to the messaging in the product and also the product itself and the onboarding flow. If it's engagement and retention, it could be a product problem, but it could be also a customer relation problem that churn the same way. So share what matters and put in place an action follow-up system to go to teams and look at them together and see when could this happen and how can we do it. And I think the last and most important piece of this process or this framework is letting the customer know that you're doing something about it. Extremely important to let them know, but also important to capture more insights. So one of the things we have done is we decided to go public with our customer roadmap. So we show our customers what we have recently delivered, what is upcoming, and what also is under consideration. And every time you go and want to understand or learn more about each of these features that you see here, a question pops up and it asks you about how important will this be to your business? Is it something that is nice to have? Is it important? Is it critical? And then we reach out to these customers and discuss further in detail, what did they mean? Why do they want it? And how important, again, is it for their business? Once we have delivered the feature, we definitely send them emails that are personalized around the fact that we have delivered it. And if we need people to help us with a pilot or gathering early feedback about our MVP, we reach out to them before anyone else. We get them onboarded and we see what they thought about what we have done, especially even the prototypes before we deliver. They get us a lot of feedback about what we're thinking about before it is delivered to other customers. So I think that's everything I had today. I really recommend you to own the voice of customer, fill the gap in all these companies where the customer is siloed, looked at from different teams from their perspective, and be the voice of your customer, looking at all the customers in one place with one method. Share with the teams around you what you have found and try to follow up on the actions that they need to be taking. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this session and hope you enjoy the other sessions as well. I have another session speaking about the sweet spot and how can you understand who is your ideal customer profile and how you deliver the best experience to them, but also how you align the whole company around this sweet spot. So register. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.